Tim Allen was trending on Twitter on Wednesday morning, which probably means one of two things: either he was announcing a home improvement reboot or he was talking politics again. Relax, sitcom fans. It was politics. Again. During a lengthy interview on the podcast WTF with Maron, Allen dropped a comment about former President Donald Trump that drew quite a buzz on social media. While discussing his views about being a fiscal conservative and dislking the "we" culture of being told, "we should do this, we should do that," Allen said, "Once I realized that the last president pissed people off, I kind of liked that. So it was fun to just not to say anything. Didn't join in the lynching crowd." To which the podcast's host, Maron, replied, "You got a kick at his belligerent anger." Allen is no stranger to finding out that words matter when he makes politically themed statements. In 2017, during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he drew wide criticism for comparing being a conservative in Hollywood to living in 1930s Nazi Germany. The 67-year-old comedian and actor, who grew up in Michigan, told Maron that his main issue is taxes, and he's essentially against how both political parties use them. As for politics in general, he said on the podcast, "I literally don't preach anything." In January, a week after the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, Allen told Entertainment Weekly that it was "horrible, embarrassing, and shameful," and criticized Trump for his failure to tell his supporters to stop the January 6 attack that followed his rally speech. "When I was watching that, I felt that the president should have been a stand-up guy and go there with his security and say, 'Hey, come on.' No, 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 no," the former home improvement star told EU. Allen is in the final season of his Fox comedy series, Last Man Standing. He's also currently teaming with his former home improvement co-star Richard Karn on Assembly Required, a reality competition for the History Channel that involves building things. During his WTF with Maron interview, which arrived Monday, Allen riffed for over an hour on a wide range of topics, including his teen years in the Detroit suburb of Birmingham. He graduated from Seaholm High School. Comparing himself to smarmy Eddie Haskell of the 1950s sitcom, Leave It to Beaver, he said he was a polite kid who told adults what they wanted to hear, then I'd go steal everything in the house. Allen also reflected on how his 2 years in federal prison for a drug trafficking conviction as a young man put him on the path that led to his comedy career and eventual superstardom. He was paroled in 1981. He also reminisced about his life on the road as a comic, how he had to beg to do stand-up on The Tonight Show once he became known for Home Improvement, and how the 1990s hit sitcom's premise of Family Man and bumbling Tool-Time host Tim Taylor was born. Allen said he went home to Michigan after turning down offers to team with Disney on projects such as a Turner and Hooch spin-off TV series. He was outside on his riding lawn mower when then Walt Disney Studios chairman Jeffrey Katzenberg phoned to ask what sort of project he would want. Allen said he suggested a parody of This Old House rooted in his home state experiences. "I would do what I do in Michigan. I never really see my neighbor, I just wave at this figure," he said. That neighbor certainly sounds a lot like Wilson, the character whose face was mostly hidden by a fence. Near the conclusion of the podcast, Allen admitted his political discussions can be, well, problematic. "If you want to engage philosophically, that's great. And that's where I get into trouble these days," he said. Even Maron felt the need to tell listeners why he had booked Allen, noting that people tend to judge him for his politics. "He is a product of the road who made $1 billion as a comic," Maron said. "He's the real deal.